The poster fell? The poster fell?
Pause right there. What's your favorite PKA moment?
Oh. Favorite PKA moment?
Favorite moment? Well, so much history to look back on.
There's a lot
of hours. Yeah.
No, there are. Well, I guess I could pick one that I wasn't there for.
I liked when I prank phone called that guy. There were a few prank phone calls of mine that I enjoyed. There was one where I convinced a woman. I think she was selling something on Craigslist, and I call her, and I don't even want to talk about what she's got for sale. I tell her that instead I'm answering her personal ad. I'm like, you're like mid-30s, maybe 40, very good looking, blah, blah, blah. And it turned out that I just guessed what she looked like, and she was into it all of a sudden. She was willing to go along with maybe there's a guy on the phone who was interested in her. I was like, says here, you're looking for a young, good-looking guy. I'm 25 years old, good looking. I got my own house, got my own car. I live about 25 minutes away from you. I'd like to take you out on a date. Very respectful. I'm just looking at your picture. I think you're very attractive. I'd like to meet you, spend some time with you. And she bought it, and she was on board, and she was like ready to. We exchanged email addresses or something. Like we were totally gonna. She lived in like Washington or something, but I got her hook, line, and sinker. There was the guy selling the Playboys. I convinced him to run a bubble bath. We told him we were going to take a bubble bath together for a markdown on the Playboys he was selling.
That was
he
my
started
favorite
running
one.
I remember that.
Yes.
He started running the fucking water.
So the guy was selling porn, and Kyle convinced him to cut him a discount if he took a bubble bath with him and did who knows what. That was good.
Yeah. The Rape Squad killer thing, I don't think that was as big a deal as everyone makes it out to be. It was funny, I thought. But as I listened back to it, I'm not going to point any fingers, but certain members in the call were just always on the line of ruining the thing, and I felt like that we were just kind of holding it together to keep certain people from destroying it. I thought it was a good
because they
prank
went forward
phone
too
call.
fast.
Yeah.
Like
and
one guy's
and it's
asking
like
for
blurting
trash bags and latex glove, and the next guy's asking for like a coffin.
Yeah. Wings is like, did they cover the blood? The blood from the murder?
Oh, was it Wings you're talking about?
Yeah, Wings was pretty bad, and I think Taylor the Sub was pretty bad too. Wings did okay, but the Taylor the Sub I think was the worst at that. I thought Bash was doing a pretty good job with us.
Yeah,
and,
Bash. I'd like to get him on again.
Yeah, Bash is a cool guy.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when I saw him one night. We were all like meeting up at some Chinese restaurant or something in Boston or Seattle. I don't remember which. And I just remember like it was dark. His big fucking smile. Like it's a stereotype about black people. Like smile, I can't see you because when it's dark out. But like when that guy smiled in the dark, it was like holy shit, that's Bash.
Bash has dark skin and glorious teeth. I think it was the PKA after show where we all wrestled at paintball in the hotel room. That might have been my favorite PKA moment.
Oh.
You beat up White Boy.
That was before PKA, if I remember right. But that was fun. I remember. So, that whole beat up White Boy
thing. Is that when
thing,
we wrestled?
Maybe.
It might have been the same
no.
trip. But what happened with White Boy? Like, so I had put up a video of me and a dog collar barking, and it was in Pets and Animals. It was like number 2 or something, and only 2 videos got on the front page. And White Boy saw that he had more views on a video than that one did, and that he could take the spot. And
but it was currently in like gaming or something.
It was currently in somewhere else.
Yeah, it was somewhere else where he didn't have enough views to get on the front page. So, for example, he was in films and animation.
I think he was in music where it belonged. He was in music where it belonged because he went to somebody's studio. I don't know if he was a big star or not, and he couldn't show the guy's song or anything because it wasn't out yet. But he just sort of showed that he visited some guy in a studio. And then he reclassified his video and bumped mine off the front page. And I had felt really wronged because, like, when White Boy was doing all the giveaways and, like, Hutch and C. Nanners and Freddie W. and the whole world seemed to be lining up against him. But it's not that I was really thinking that giveaways were right. Like, it's kind of manipulating the YouTube search algorithm. And, you know, it was what it was. But, White Boy was my friend, so I was good to White Boy. And then when he had an opportunity to like take from me and put himself on the homepage, he grabbed it. and he's repeated that trend a lot. But so anyway, I made a video and talked about it, I guess, and said I feel like I was kind of stabbed in the back. And then he did this video called The Truth, and it was total bullshit. It was complete lies, and like it really bothered me. And I talked to him about it afterwards, and he's like, yeah, none of that was true, because he was sticking to this thing like he never changed the category on the video. And I was like, well, wait, boy, how can that be? Because I had, at the time, YouTube did these accolades, like, second in Canada and,
those.
this and yeah. And you could see like my video is getting all these accolades. And I was like, wait, boy, if what you're saying is true, then why would I have all those accolades? He goes, oh yeah, well, I lied. None of that was ever true. And so I was mad at him. Like, I was genuinely mad at him. And I don't know if you've ever been, not that we had a fight or anything, but I guess we kind of said we buried the hatchet, but in my heart of hearts, it was like, I raped your sister and I'm not mad at you anymore. I'm willing to bury the hatchet. And you're like, wait, like, I'm still wronged in this thing. Like, you didn't treat me well when you bumped me off the front page, and then you made a big video telling all these lies about me, and now we agreed to like let it go, and I didn't feel like I hadn't gotten any
maybe
kind
not
of,
quite sister rape, but I see what you're saying.
I hadn't gotten any justice yet. Like, I was really upset because like, he had done all the bad, and then we just agreed to like not be mad anymore. And it's like, well, that there's just no justice. And then we went to this paintball event, and I don't know, somehow it got to be that we were gonna wrestle or something. And and
you put White Boy in a guillotine and choked him virtually unconscious.
It was quick, kind of, but I put him in a guillotine, and
take long.
It was a standing guillotine, and I arched my back to kind of like, apply the choke. A guillotine, if you don't know, his head's like in here, and you kind of like crank it up, and it hits you a windpipe. It's a really, really unpleasant choke. And I hit it right away. And he's so light, he's so little that I picked.
Surprisingly, you're like, I hit it right away. His defense was very poor. His jiu-jitsu was just not good that day.
He didn't have any kind of experience in this. So when I cranked it, his feet got pulled off the ground, right, and his legs are kind of dangling in the air. And I thought they might have been, but I couldn't see. I'm like, I wanted his feet off the ground, but I didn't know that I was getting it. I thought he might have been on tippy toes, but I've seen it on video, and he's just hanging by his throat upside down for a little while. And he doesn't know the concept of tapping. And I'm fine with that. Don't tap. Fucking, that's your choice, bitch. And Kyle's like, in the background, you can hear him. You better tap. You better tap. And then he tapped, and I let him go.
Yeah, because I have a full-blown career of getting beaten up by Woody. So, like, I know, all right, I'm not getting out of this one. Let's go. All right, yeah. Because this is usually where his hands are, like wrapped around my neck. And I'm always getting choked. Like, it's never like an arm. I don't think you've ever gotten me in anything but chokes.
I know there's been a bunch of chokes. Yeah, but you're right. I tend to hit
a lot of chokes.
Yeah.
I often end up in one choke or another. I've been in the guillotine. You've gotten me on the ground a few different times.
Rear naked choke, no gi, Ezekiel. I've hit those. Anyway,
lots of stuff. Sometimes I'll just be on my back, and I'm just like, well, I got nowhere to go from here. You're suffocating me with your presence. I can't wiggle out. If I try to like wiggle down, you just, you're shifting your weight. If you've probably spent more time training on how to sit on top of somebody
than
anything.
Yeah.
Like that's probably where most of your training is. And it's just, I'm just like, I'd like to get up now. Could you hop off?
So I've got White Boy dangling in the air by his windpipe, and Kyle tells him to tap, and he does. And after that, for at least a while, I was kind of able to bury the hatchet and just be like, all right, now I have the justice I've been looking for. Prior to that, it was just him like knowingly pretty much taking money from me, and then knowingly like trashing my name on the internet. And then saying, Woody, I'm willing to let it go. And it was like, well, fuck, this doesn't seem fair, until I choked him. And then it seemed more fair.
Yeah, and I don't think he really hurt him or anything.
It hurt for a couple days, I know that. Yeah, I mean, the next day, because it was a whole weekend at paintball, and he's like, Woody, this still hurts. I'm like, yeah, it'll do that. So, and I was fine
sorry,
with
white
that.
boy, my bad, man.
No, not at all. Like, yeah, I remember during our private conversation, I was like, white boy, you're here telling everyone you lied. What if I made this public? And he's like, I'll just keep going. You mess with the bull. And you mess with the bull, you get the horns. And white boy in social media is no joke. So it was like, I just don't want this anymore. If it was drama and there's a winner, he won. And but if you're gonna wrestle with me, you fucking mess with the bull, you get the horns. Yeah, your neck hurts for the next 3 days. It's supposed to. So. That's my white boy story. I don't even know how we got onto that.
Favorite PKA moment.
That's your favorite
PKA
PKA
moment. It's my favorite. It was really wrestling with the guys in fun. Kyle Merca, I think wrestling with Aviator at one point, T-Mart. That was what I was talking about. Someone else brought up the white boy thing, which wasn't to me a PKA
That would have been funny
moment.
if the best moment in PKA was you spite choking white boy. Out of all the conversations, everything, it was just
I had him right here.
Don't you take my pets and animals video? Like
I can feel the life draining from his little body.
It wasn't just that he took me.
It up a little more.
If it was someone I didn't know, it'd be a very different situation, right? Like, I'm trying to think. I'm not particularly close to Ali A, right? I don't think I've ever spoken to him. Whatever. If he took my spot, it'd be like, bummer. But it was like, white boy, I put my neck on the line for you for like a year, right? When you had no friends, you had me. And then, when it comes time for you to, like, if you see an opportunity to take money from me, you jump on it.
Yeah.
And
I would do that shit all the time, like switching categories. I got no problem with that. A lot of my videos I honestly in my heart felt could go in multiple categories.
Right.
I'm a film and animation, entertainment. There were more how to and style, sports. Like my shit could fit into any of that stuff realistically. It's not that big of a stretch of animation. Now, I think I only once put a video in like non-profit, but I honestly just didn't see. I didn't know it was a big deal. I didn't grasp it that I shouldn't do that. And the video got like 3 million views or something, but like I didn't see anything wrong with it. And like the video that I beat was some bullshit video anyway. It was teaching how to do
about some charity.
It was literally I remember it was about algebra. There was a series of videos that wasn't very popular that taught people how to do fucking high school math, and I crushed that shit.
Surprisingly.
The homepage spot, but shifting it around, I had no problem with that. I particularly enjoyed. Because I could dominate like almost every category. I particularly enjoy taking away the makeup girls shit, because like they'd be on there, like how to apply eyeliner, and I'd be like, watch this shit. 2 hours, they're gonna disappear. I'd change my video to how to and style, and like 2 hours later, their shit's got like 180,000 views. They're on the homepage. My shit's got 365,000 views after like the first update, and it's just like blink. You click refresh, I'm on the homepage. Sometimes I'd have 4 squares. Like somehow, like I would have top favorited, most viewed, and I'd be winning in my category. And for some weird refresh reason, I hadn't left the category that I was originally in, so I had it too. It was just absurd stuff used to be able to happen with the homepage. But. Yeah,
I was at a level where if I tried really hard, I could sometimes hit the homepage. I was never a lock like you, but it was like, all right, this one I think is worthy. I'm going to ask for some favorites. Then if you get some favorites, you might have enough views. I might have enough views to like get in a category too.
And who was that scumbag who had the favorite bot?
That redheaded guy.
He had a favorite bot, and the Yo Mama videos, and he could only do like 10,000 favorites, and I've been accused of using bots before. What I have is an incredible fan base.
Yeah.
When I ask my fans to favorite a video, I don't get 10,000. I get 20 or 30,000.
Or
I
40.
Or 40. I've got like go back and watch the videos when I actually verbally ask for likes. They've got 200, 300,000 likes. If I ask for likes, they'll get 100 or 200,000 likes. They just do it because you asked them to.
What the hell was that guy's name? Was there hot in his name?
Yeah, hot. hot.
He made a song about Cinnabons. He used to do song parodies.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
have no idea.
Yeah.
anyway, you could see it like on his statistics. Like the video would go from 35 favorites to 10,000 in one update, and
that was the thing. So
he would hit 11,000.
No, it you could see it. Like the video would be a day old, it would get like 30,000 views, and then as it was 2 days old, it would get 10,000 favorites, instantly hit the homepage, get all its views, and if you're like schooled in this sort of thing, that's not what videos do, right? They don't like come out flat and then skyrocket later or something. You know, you sort of come out of the gate, all your subs see it and decline from there. Mm-hmm. And his would consistently just sort of flop and then launch up as he put himself on the homepage. And but it wasn't a favorite bot, but YouTube used to have this system where you could get other channels to favorite you.
Yeah,
like,
so
programmatically. So he had
it was
this
network based.
Well, he had a website where people would sign up and give him permission to favorite on their behalf. So it wasn't like they were all fake people. They were just people that didn't even know they were favoriting your video.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
It had something to do with, there used to be a website. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, this is all kind of coming back to me now.
Yeah, as you signed up for him on that website, you also gave him permission to favorite on behalf of you. And he got like 10,000 people to do it, and he could just put himself on the homepage all the time. So.
Machinima had, some of us referred to it as the favorite bot, whatever you wanted to call it, favorite switch. And basically what it was is they asked the directors if they'd like to take part in a program where they would give the home base permission to use their account to add favorites and likes to certain videos. And the idea was that, hey, let's all sign up for this thing, and when someone really shines, when they go above and beyond, you know, they spend $5,000-$10,000 budget to make a video, they make, you know, their best video this year or something like that, we all favorite it, and that way, you know, we're exposing our big fan base to the best of our content. That was the idea. And I was part of that thing. I think we used it on my videos twice. Like twice they used the thing. But it wasn't that it added a lot of favorites. It just showed up in the feeds of other channels that had been favorited. The goal wasn't to gain a lot of favorites to dupe the system. The goal was simply to share my video with everyone's fans.
Yeah.
Or to and I did the same.
I never got the advantage of it. Like you did. You got a couple of videos that were the beneficiary of it. Me, I was always the grantor. You know, you'd show up on my page. And I was a pretty popular channel. You know, I never broke top 100 on YouTube, but I was often, almost daily, top 100 in growth, right? And like current views and stuff like that. Like I remember one day some hater was telling me something, and it was like I was 68th in views and 69th in growth on the same day, and that was normal for me. You know, so I was pretty active, but I would make like a song parody video, which to me was like something that I thought would be, you know, worth it. Maybe like a Shucks You or something. And I'd ask Machinima for the push, and they're like, nah, I don't think so. You know, we've got something else scheduled for the push. And it was like,
that's just them being scumbags.
Yeah, they were scumbags. And there's all new management now, but they were real shitheads. And it's like, well, Woody, we're cool with showing other people stuff to your fan base, but showing you stuff to their fan base, nah, fuck you, Woody. And but then there's some other stuff that was good for me, I guess.
And it's bullshit anyway, because I remember a situation where like the guy who one of the owners of Machinima was staying at my house, and I showed him the video that we were about to upload, or maybe we had already uploaded it that day. I was like, look at this shit. And I think it was the flamethrower video or a tank or a minigun. It was something a little above and beyond. And he was like, "Oh shit, we gotta push this." He gets on the phone. He's like, "Hey, we gotta push this thing." Nah, I don't fucking care. I don't care. Take your shit off. Nah, push this shit. Yeah, network wide, everybody, all the partners. And then like, sure enough, like 5 minutes later, it was like somebody went in the back and went, "We got one!" And like pulled a big switch because like network wide, everybody suddenly liked my video. And I'm talking about like an extra like 400 likes and extra 400 favorites, which I just want to make sure people understand. It's not you're not trying to gain those favorites to dupe the favorite system. I wasn't trying to become the most favorited video, the most liked video. I already was, quite frankly.
Showing up in everybody's feed.
It's just showing up in everybody's feed in the Machinima network. So that was always great.
The one thing,
but it only
I knew signing up for that I would never get a benefit.
By getting in the dancing competition, like that was a lot of money that I was able to win. A lot of that was sort of self-made. I mean, everyone got in it. Well, not everyone, but a couple people got in it. Extras had the same opportunity I did, etc. But in the end, I won. Like, I don't know if I talked about this before, but I won $37,500, like over $37,000 in that dance competition.
That's awesome.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty good
more
dancer.
than I thought.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
And some of that was for winning, and then some of that was just for showing. And I had to do 2 rounds and stuff. But and like I said, most people didn't take nearly that. And 25 of that was for being the winner. And that wasn't Machinima's doing, making me win. But still, there was an opportunity that meant a lot. That was the I think I had 60 something left on my house at the time. So I took that like 37 with money that I had saved, and it was no more mortgage. So,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite PKA moment is actually when Anthony Cumia was on the show. I'd listened to Opie and Anthony, that show, for a while, and they have Jim Norton on there. It's really funny and raunchy, like kind of like the Stern Show a little bit. And that was just really cool to get to actually talk to him and like joke around with him, play off of each other. Like, I don't know. I thought about that before. Like, I wonder if it'd be really awkward or whatnot.
We could go on his show. We should totally do that.
That would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
We've been invited.
We've been invited to his podcast. We should be more on top of that. I would like to hang out with him again.
Yeah, that would be cool. He's into guns and into booze, so fun guy.
He hates the blacks.
Either subscribe, donate,
Wings. Keep my name out of your mouth, you fat piece of shit.
or get the fuck out.